Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry I missed last week's video. I spent the weekend hanging out with family. You know, it's very important to get that family time in, but we're back and we're gonna get back to work on this Evoclipse project. You know, as you know, we have both rear subframes out. We have both gas tanks out, and it's pretty much time to start putting it all on this car. But I gotta be honest with you, I'm pretty nervous. You know, the GSX, I had no problem cutting into that one. That's just a parts car. I don't really care about the car, so that's easy to do that one. But this is my baby girl right here. You know, I'm really worried about messing her up. You know, some of you probably say, "Oh, you already cut the hole out for the gas tank." You know, and yeah, I'm fine with that. You know, it's got to be there. We need that hole. But cutting into these frame rails for the bolts, I'm nervous about that, because we got to cut it out, get the bolts in there, get it all welded up real nice, make it look good, and I'm nervous about that. You know, so I'm kind of procrastinating on that, and I'm putting that to the side. So what I think we're going to be doing today is we're going to take this GSX subframe and we're going to take it all apart and clean everything up, because I already have a stockpile of parts for this car sitting in for this subframe sitting in the house. So yeah, I think we'll just tear it apart, just power spray it, clean it all up, maybe put a new coat of paint on it so everything looks brand new. And if we got time, we'll get underneath here, you know, power spray all that. And then I have some cans of undercoating spray, and we'll spray it up real good, get it all looking so fresh and so clean underneath here. And we gotta get rid of this exhaust. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm trying out using my cell phone for the camera to hopefully see if we get some better video and sound quality. So we'll see how it goes. We're just trying different things each video, see how it works out, find our groove, so that I can make better videos for you guys in the future. Alright, she is stripped. Got everything off of her. Just an empty subframe now. The only issue I ran into is this sway bar end link, dude. This bolt is rusted on there, and my wrench just kept stripping off this backside. And I tried to get some vice grips on there. They're too fat. They won't get all the way in there to grab onto it. So I'll give her a little spray with something. Let's see what happens with it. But let's get to cleaning this sucker. There, we got the power sprayer ready, rear subframe ready, and I always use this Zep industrial purple degreaser when I'm cleaning engine parts. It seems to do a really good job. And I'll just take a squirt bottle, fill it up about 1/4 of the way with the Zep, and then the rest of the way with water. And then we got an assortment of scrub brushes here. So let's get to cleaning this sucker. Alright, she's not looking too bad. We got a couple of little rusty, crusty spots here and there. So I'll definitely be repainting this. But I just realized that I didn't pick up any black paint to spray this with. But that's a good thing because I need to get these bushings out first before I go doing that, because I'll tear up the paint. And I've never changed out these bushings before. I went ahead and cleaned the sway bar bushing brackets there. But from what I understand, I need to keep this outer ring and I need to keep this center ring, so all this rubber needs to come out. And so I need to take a torch and burn all this rubber out. So I need to do all that before I go painting, painting this and making it look nice. Alright, I got one ready to go. I got it all out, and I got most of the rubber out so that when it comes time for the torch, there's not so much that has to be burned out of there. But let me explain to you what I did. So I took this drill bit, boom, and I don't know if I can get you to see this, but so you got your center rod and then your outer ring. Well, this right here in the middle is actually another metal ring. So you have to drill out all around here to get this center ring out, and then you have to drill out all on the other side of this ring. And then if you see this center ring, it already has a split right here. So once you get this all drilled out, you can just use some pliers, grab onto here and bend it in, and then you could pull it out, and then you'll end up with something like that. Another thing, now that I'm looking at this, when you're drilling in here, run the drill bit up against this center ring so that you don't hit this outer ring. So like you see, I held it right up against this center ring so that we didn't damage this outer ring. So now I got to do the rest of them. Oh, I got here's that center rod, and I actually just used a razor blade. I just used this razor knife, and I cleaned up all the rubber off of here, so it's super smooth. And there's our bushing, and it just sticks right in there. So now I got 3 more to do. Alright, got all 4 of them out, and I made a heck of a mess here, but got all 4 of those center rings out. Oh, and then I got all 4 rods inside the polyurethane bushings. So now we just need to torch out the rest of the rubber residue that's still in here. So here's what I'm doing. Taking some WD-40, some 40 water, giving her a little spritz, taking her torch, yep, she didn't take that time. Because the WD-40 will actually keep it on fire. There we go. She's starting. And then I just sit here and... Oh, you son of a gun. Now you're making me look stupid. She's on fire. Come on. There we go. And then just sit here and spritz her. Keep the fire going until she's really nice and hot. Now, once she's nice and hot, see, it all just scrapes off like butter. See it all falling underneath. But you gotta do it while she's hot. And you're not scraping hard. You know, you don't want to gouge the thing. Just give easy scrapes. And it all comes out. Alright, now that pretty much all of the rubber's out of there, move on to the wire wheel. And this stinks too. Burning rubber stinks. And so we're just going to go around in there with the wire wheel. We're not putting a ton of pressure on it. Just trying to clean her up. And she starts to get all cleaned up. We'll just keep going around it until she's all clean. Yeah, that should be clean enough. So when that's all done, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do to get those out. Alright, we got her hanging on the engine hoist here. Got her all prepped ready for paint. Went through and gave her a scuff with some 100 grit sandpaper, just because that's all I had laying around here. So yeah, she's ready to get her first coat of primer on here. Alright, first coat of primer is done. And I forgot to mention that I taped off inside the bushing holes just so I didn't get any paint, you know, inside there, keep it clean. And I'm not going for show car quality here. Yeah, I just want it to look nice and clean. And I'm not spending too much time on, you know, this side. You're never gonna see that, and inside here you're not really ever gonna see it. Then I came to the realization that these bushings here, I'm gonna have to drill out the rubber and then take a sawzall and cut this outer ring to be able to get those suckers out. I was trying everything to get them out. So I got a 1.5 inch socket there, which is the perfect size for this outer ring. And then I was just beating on it, and they were not moving at all. So yeah, so that'll be a project for later, get those suckers out. So now it's time for the second coat. Alright guys, I don't know if this phone deleted my footage or if I forgot to hit record, but I probably forgot to hit record. But we got it all painted up. I got the bushings, the cross member bushings in. That's easy, they just slide right in, not a big deal. I put the sway bar bushings on just to see how the red would look on there. But I also got the diff bushings in. And that was such a pain. You know, like I was saying, I have to drill it out. I had to get, you know, it was such a pain. I drilled out all the rubber, and then I took a hacksaw and I cut through the outer ring, and then, you know, had to get that out. And then to get these in was probably even worse. It took forever for me to figure out. I tried beating on it with a hammer. I actually even tried putting a jack on it, and then putting the tow ball from my truck on this side, and then jacking it up, thinking, okay, the weight of my truck will keep this down, the jack will push this in, be all good. But no, it just lifted the truck, didn't push the bushing in at all. So what I ended up coming up with was I got some, these are some old head bolts. I think it's from an old D16 that I rebuilt like 10 years ago. I'm not sure. Oh wait, no, actually these are from the 6G7 in my 3G Eclipse that I rebuilt recently. I changed them out with ARPs. But anyways, I took a head bolt, and then I took, this is the cap washer that goes on the bushing, the subframe bushing. Took that. Let's see how I can show you with one hand here. Actually, that's backwards. Went on like that, and then I stuck the bushing on this side, and then I took a washer on the bushing, and then a nut. Come on, get over here. Lost my nut. And then I put the nut on here, and with the bushing on there, it only left a couple of threads, but then I just cranked on it with a breaker bar and just kept bringing it in. And then the closer it got, since the threads aren't so long, I had to start putting more washers on this side to bring the threads closer. And then when I got it close enough, I just started beating on it with a hammer until they went in flush. So yeah, those are in. Now some of you are probably like, wait a minute, you didn't want solid bushings, you wanted the urethane bushings in there. Well, I looked everywhere. I spent hours looking for some urethane bushings, and I can only come up with one kind. I'll put a picture here for you. So these are the only thing I could find, and I was just about to buy them, but then I started reading some reviews on them on DSM tuners, and people were saying that after just 2 months the urethane was cracking and coming out, and they wound up having to switch to solid bushings anyway. So I said, you know what, I don't want to have to do this job twice. I'm just going to get the solid bushings. So that's what I did. Alright guys, first off, I need to apologize for the quality of this video. You know, like I said, I tried using my cell phone to shoot this video, and it obviously didn't come out good. I'm really not happy with it, but the work's already done. I can't go back and redo it, so I'm just gonna have to live with it. But it's definitely becoming more apparent to me that I'm gonna need to invest in a new camera, new video editing software, possibly a new computer. You know, my computer's really old, but that's what I'm gonna have to do to bring you guys some good videos, right? Right. You may have noticed that this video is actually 2 weeks behind, not the 1 week like I said in the beginning of the video, because I had to spend a whole extra week and a half, something like that, just trying to get this video made. Because the program I'm using Pinnacle Studio Professional, and every time it got to one of those time-lapse clips, it would crash, and I'd lose everything, and I'd have to redo it all over again, and it was just over and over. I deleted the program, reinstalled, just it took forever to get it to just render everything and export it, and so that's why this video is so far behind. But if you have any suggestions of some video editing software I should check out, you know, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'll check it out. You know, my main priority is to make some better videos for you guys, better quality videos. So something that I got to work on. But yeah, in this video we got the rear subframe cleaned up, we got it painted, we got the new bushings in it, everything's looking all good. So this next video we are going to, unfortunately, it's time. We're gonna have to cut open the GS and put those bolts in so that we can test fit the subframe up in there. We need to get the gas tank in, and maybe we can get to the undercoating spray. We'll see what I can get done. But if you haven't seen the previous video where we started dismantling this GS, you can hit that link up here. If you want to check out the next video where we test fit the subframe, get the bolts in and stuff, you can hit that link up here. And as always, if you're enjoying the videos, hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button down here. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.